Assalamu alaikum. Sulman Rahim here, Master of the Covenant. Break up 7 seals. Fear. Can't say enough, brothers and sisters. You're going to feel it pretty soon. Shock of the hour. This whole reality is based on one simple thing. The lie that false Israel to see Abraham. When the one, their God, who they say their God is Jesus, says himself clearly, they're not. Call them synagogue of Satan. Yet still they hold that lie up. And it's getting harder and harder to maintain lie, because this whole thing is building that foundation, because the opposite is true. That means everything turns against them, everything's reversed. Imagine if all of a sudden you're shooting at the enemy and then the bullets come back at you. The more you fire, the more bullets come back at you. I had this movie a long time ago called The Mysterians. Unless you was older than I am, you probably never heard this movie. Called Mysterians. This came out in like 60s maybe. Then about 70s, but I think about 60s. Anyway, Mars, people from Mars had invaded the world, the Earth. They had these super like laser weapons. Nobody could stop them. They was just, boom, they come to laser weapons, burn everything down, right? I mean, these super like, like, and so somebody figured out to come with these those things they use for like looking out in space, like those dishes. So I figured out to make dishes, like polish them real good, so it's like like mirrors. And so what they did was, when they came shooting, nobody could stand against these things. So they dropped these things down from helicopters or whatever, and so they shot them. The laser would hit the mirror, come back at the Martian, and that's how they beat them. See? I beat them. And I try to explain to you, right, that all this stuff, they got all this rage, they got all this, these Zionists, these evangelicals, everybody's all fired up now. The world's already on edge. Everybody's on World War III. But they all look in one direction. See? One direction. See? Oh, World War III, man. Either they're looking at it, they're going to get rid of the Arabs, get rid of the Iranians, they're going to get rid of so forth, so on, right? And they got this rage, they're ready. Everybody's all fired up. See? But the energy levels is not they're doing. Direction is, like, we affect the direction. We can't control the amount of energy. Like, you're in a fire, somebody turn the fire on, energy increasing, but you can determine the direction. And all of a sudden, the reverse come back at them. All that rage they build up. Right? Like, over here you got the evangelicals, many, they're throwing at them out. We're going to get rid of Iran. And Trump talking, and we're going to drop bombs you never thought of. It. We're going to do this. All this rage that's in the world right now. I mean, it's in there, because look at all the news, everything. It's rage. They said, everybody sounds if everybody was quiet and peaceful, nobody be talking about World War III. Everybody in World War III. All this rage is built up. See? But it's directed at us. You think it's not directed at us? Trump's not talking about he wants to send people, homegrown terrorists, people that's born here. Who do you think they're talking about? Homegrown criminals, not terrorist criminals. Remember, who's in their prisons? That's you. That's another way to get rid of your ass. because you ain't coming back. Send down El Salvador. And he gonna send a group. If he gonna do that, he gonna send thousands, tens of thousands. Well, we got to pay for these niggas in jail. They're criminals. They're warming up to that. And all this anger and everything. And a lot of subdued. Because the world's full of anger right now, but it's subdued because they don't want you to see it. And they go out their way to be nice to you. I mean, it's embarrassing. I mean, I was coming from the gym this morning, and I'm about 30 feet away from the door, right? And this dude, he see me coming. I'm about 30 feet. I'm about 5. Oh, man. And he gonna hold the door for me to come. So they go out their way to do this stuff. They're trying to convince you, keep you convinced that, oh, they good people. No, they're not good people. So if you want to believe that, go ahead and believe it. You want to believe that stuff, you want to believe it. Because they tell you, everything they tell you it's coming as a snare. It means everything that you see right here is a lie. But they're going to tell you the truth, and they love you. Okay. Shock of the hour. Okay. But all that anger and everything is built up in the world today. The world has to be very angry. They be talking the verge of World War III talking. They never talked nuclear war before. When's the last time you heard anybody talk about nuclear war except for in the past? They're talking about nuclear war. Why are they talking about that now? Because the anger is subdued though. And it's getting worse every day. So, and when we told them that they weren't so, it's there. Right? But they want, and America is over. They say we're going to take falsism at all costs. I said, why? Everybody says, why? What's the point? Because that's the foundation of reality. Because if false Israel, it's just as simple as that. If they're not it, we must be. The only reason they was there to counter the fact that a lot of people said we are. And we got the proof. It's clear proof. We got the history, with evidence, clear proof. They'll keep you distracted with all bullshit. If we are, that means everything is reversed. That means all this anger is coming back at them. All that anger and everything else, right? Like those lasers put that, all of a sudden it's coming back at yourself. You shooting, all that anger and everything will be present, but they're going to turn it on themselves. It's not going to dissipate. Not going to dissipate. Okay? Because of all that anger, right? Because the anger itself is driven by the increase in energy, because they're low temper. I want to talk mathematics, brothers and sisters, because I'm going around a circle. It's simple math, and I really think about not talking any presentation anymore, because this is getting ridiculous. That's simple math. Well, I got to explain it over and over and over again. Right? They're full of rage. Who's the most full of rage? The Europeans. Because they're the weakest, so they had the highest temperature. The pressure affected them more than anybody else. So they move around faster and faster and faster. That means there are more collisions. But they can't withstand much collision because they made of porcelain. And we made a cobalt, hardest metal there is, as far as I know. And you got some people made of tin, some people made of aluminum. But they're colliding. Right? They're banging each other up. At some point, it become total. Right? I mean, you get dents and things, but what's the point when you hit something and then you're totally cracked? Total. Hit so hard, boom, both cracks and pieces. And that's about to happen. Desolate. That's how the attacks get harder and harder and harder. Trump said he's going to save it, he's going to stay. No, he's not. He can't. He can't turn the fire off under the pot. That's not his control. And so therefore, if he's water, at some point he's going to start boiling. Nothing you can do about it. Or you can change the quality, not the quantity. And that's what you see in the world right now. It's very simple. And who come back? Them Orientals behind them. They're getting hot. They're talking war. Not like the Europeans are. And now you're talking about India. They're talking about war over there now. You notice that? I told you, this is simple. Now they're talking war talk between them and Pakistan. See, it's getting more intense. Everybody's talking, you know. I said bus. Right? We still walking around doing video games and everything else, you know, to my hey, praise Jesus. But we're going to be talking war in a minute. See? We're going to come together as an army, ready for war. But most of us is defensive initially. You understand what I'm saying? But at that point, Europeans is totally devastated. Because it's just too hot. They couldn't stand this, you know. Like you boil stuff in there, make a soup, right? Some things boil faster than others. Let's move on, bro. It says this is chapter 13. I talked about yesterday. I went through it quickly because I had so much technical difficulties out. So to get through most of it today. Hopefully it'll hold up. Right? It's not easy, brothers and sisters. I keep telling you. The INJIL is the mind, is the gym. To get your mind on the level you need for the new reality. Because it's all about the mind. This whole reality came out of the mind. And what? Their mind was greater than the mind of everybody else's. Where they were beating the world with mathematics. They're beating the world with mathematics. It's not prayer beads. Thank you, Jesus. Beat it with mathematics. They moved upgraded mathematics, and it took over the world. So now you got a greater mathematician on the scene now. Got a greater gym. You can accept or reject it. There's no you can plead, talk. Oh, I love you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When the pressure comes, either you can withstand it or you can't. You can't talk your way out of it. So if you want to survive, you better get to work. It ain't easy. I've been doing it over 30-some years. I'm going to show you this chapter 13 today. Chapter 13 is particularly interesting. Right? It took me a while to get that one. And like I said, vectors, that's the language of force. Vectors, that's the language. It's a language. It's a language that you will have to know and get into the future. You have to go into here. That's the language you'll speak. You speak Arabic. Arabic is just the grammar. I keep telling you that. You speak mathematics. Arabic could just be a grammar. Right now I'm speaking mathematics, but English is the grammar. Okay? The reason why they don't understand, the reason why the people understand the Quran, they have it, because they understand the math behind it. They understand vectors, the math behind it. That's why they make all kinds of blunders and mistakes. Once you get the math behind it, then it reveals itself. So watch this. See that? This is you. Now you're going to right. You're upright. You're right. You're going, that's you're upright. You go up the right direction. That's just your nature, right? And then what happens? Then bam! There's another nature that's contrary to yours. It's perpendicular to yours. Perpendicular. So when you understand vectors, that means to do this, you have resultant force. And you're going down the car, going down the road 100 miles an hour, and you got a wind that's going eastward. You're going northward, and wind going eastward at 50 miles an hour. Then you're not going to be going straight. You're going to be going at an angle because the wind is pushing that. That's just the way it is. Anybody should understand that. That's vector explains that very easily. So you go like this, and then what happens? Now, not only did you change direction, you changed color, because now you got both colors mixed. Got the white and the black mixed now. So you change direction and color. So now you're red. You ain't going in the right direction no more. You're going in a direction that's a little bit right and a little bit wrong. See what I'm saying? It's confusing. Going in a direction more like the one that hits you. And that didn't work out right. Okay. I didn't get that right like I wanted. But anyway. See? So who's to blame here? See, Farrakhan says, see, you're wicked, you're evil. Oh, no, you got hit by this force here. This force goes away, you go back to where you were before. Because he's part of this force here. He's accuser. See, when you understand vector, that's clear mathematics. That's clear mathematics. Hey, you're not to blame. This is to blame. This is the problem right here. You're not going sideways because something don't do. You drunk or you don't know the steering wheel because you got the wind blowing you off at an angle. The wind stop blowing, and you go start going straight again. It's very simple. Very simple. All these concepts are very simple once you understand the math. But if you don't understand the math, then it's complicated. That's how you know he's the accuser, because he's blaming us when this is the fault here, and he's one of these. He's a devil. He's a black-faced devil. My brothers and sisters. And the fear. To understand, when you have a foundation of something, like, you sit in a chair, right? The foundation of the legs. The legs break, the chair comes, you fall. You can pray, you can have prayer all the beats you want to. Those one leg break, the whole chair's coming down. So this whole thing is built on a lie. It's built off. It turns everything on its head. That's why it says that what's on the bottom will be on the. Why would it say things like that? I said what's on the bottom will be on top. Well, how the bottom is going to be on top now? How did it get to be the bottom? Something had to push it to the bottom. It just didn't get to the bottom by itself. Something had to push it to the bottom. But after that thing, once that thing removed, it moves back to the top again. Because it says what's on the bottom is going to be on the top. It means something's upside down. What's on the bottom will be on top, and what's on the top will be on the bottom. So we're on the bottom right now, so we should be on the top. But it's something that causes us to be on the bottom. And when that goes, so we quickly emerge to the top. So what is that thing that's holding us down? This right here is telling you it's something over in the Middle East. Something over in the Middle East that's got you on the bottom. And it's about to be shaken. And when it's shaken, it cracks and it moves to the bottom, you move to the top. And these on it right here, they're in power, they're on the top because they had the power. But now that power's been shaken. And so now they're fearing because the chair's about to, legs about to break, and they're about to come crashing down. Because they know false Israel. The government, they knows why false Israel was set up there. Trump knows why false Israel was set up there. That's why they know. That's why all these presidents, every president passed false Israel because they know that keeps the world on them on top and keep us on the bottom. Because they know if we come on the bottom, they go on the top. And then there's revenge factor. Because then you get the quality of how they got to the bottom. How they get forced to the bottom. Revenge. Or they did. Do double them and it's done to you. The quality of it. They like just putting them down. Or just execute them. See, when they execute you, okay, your penalty is death. Well, the quality is how they going to do it? They're going to use gas, electricity, bullet. See? Some are more painful than others. The bullet it's over. See? Gas is just painful. You ever see anybody put to death by gas? That's ooh. Because here it is, you sitting there, and they turn the gas on, and you sitting there, and then you trying to hold your breath. And after you hold your breath in the morning, the whole place full of gas. And then you start breathing, and it's painful. The gas gets in you, it's painful. You start having shaking and carrying on because it takes. I think you can Google it. The experience is very, very terrible. I think they stopped doing that. The gas chamber, very painful death. Quality of it. Right? And so that's why their hearts feel in fear, because they know the quality of the destruction. You know what they done? And now they understand consequence. Why do they understand all this stuff all of a sudden? People in dark see the great light. They're going to see the light also. So this gospel preaching all the world. They're never going to come to the level of INJIL, but they're going to understand consequence, because they're going to it's going to be coming right in their face. And once they understand that, remember, because all this rage and everything is directed in one direction, at us, away from them. But now all of a sudden, they realize they're the object of it. They're the evil. False Israel. Remember, said it says things. He who loves, who bless Israel will be blessed. He who curses will be cursed. So okay, now they blessing false Israel, and they cursing us. You see what I'm saying? And so therefore, they believe the opposite. So they give everything they can, false Israel. And you notice, since 1948, America's been told everything's been failing them because they blessed the wrong one. And they've been cursing us since 1948, even more so. I mean, we're not Holocaust, but I'm saying the curses, the lies and things like, sending jobs over. I don't want to go into it. I mean, I wouldn't do. I mean, I've been had a hard time listening to news lately. This guy told me, wow, China to take your jobs. Trump, you gave it to him because you didn't want to have them. Now they showing it powerful, and now you're trying to cut them down because you weren't expecting to get as powerful as they got. They just lie their ass off. Then all of a sudden they find out that, they've been cursing us. He who bless Israel will be blessed. He who curses will be cursed. So now, remember, this is taught in the church. Everybody understands this. That's how that's why they got all the Christian, everybody so wind up about false Israel. Amen. We got to bless them because God can bless us. And so all in, no matter what. They were committing genocide and everything else. We got to bless them. But what happens when they find that? And they cursing us in every kind of way you can think of. Ways you can't see. All of a sudden it's reversed. They say, damn. We've been cursing the wrong people and blessed the wrong people. So now, based on what we've been saying, that God's going to bless us for blessing Israel, curse us for cursing Israel. Now God's cursing us because we've been cursing Israel, the true ones. You understand? They understand that clearly. And so they know they're under a curse now. But they don't want to be under a curse. And their curse, everything they thought they were going to do happen to us, they realize it's going to happen to them. All the plans they had to take us down and it's going to happen to them. All the stuff they think about doing to Iran, it's going to happen to them. All the stuff they was doing to all these other countries, they've been doing that stuff because they was cursing the wrong people. They was blessing the wrong people. So now it's reverse. I told you all this stuff is already in their minds. It's already loaded. You just got to turn the switch on. Right? Flip the switch. So you got to do. All of a sudden, everything was going that direction. Now it's coming back at them. And they see it clearly. And they're full of rage. All this rage is still there. All the energy is still there, y'all. But now it's directed back at themselves. And that's what Trump's all about. He's going to assuage their fear. He's all about fear. But see, you don't pay attention to what he's saying. You don't read between lines. He's going to make America great again. It means America's lost power. What power is the reason? Loss of power is the cause of fear. So I'm going to remove your fear. And I'm going to get rid of all these. See, because we're the criminals, right? We're the criminal people. They already established that. He thinks that. Most you probably don't remember. What was that? Central Park 5, whatever. Right? Those people, the women accused him of raping, they didn't do it. And everybody up in New York was against him. Trump was, he was pouring money into it. Get him, put him in jail, put him, execute him. Or he was a forerunner. Go back and check. Criminals. That's where he saw us. Because that's what the media paints us. Criminals by nature. We gotta get rid of them. And see, like, you take a steak or whatever's in the freezer and you warm it up before you free it, because you gotta warm it up first, right? They're warming America up for the idea of getting rid of your ass. Let's get rid of those illegal aliens. So when America's on board in that, then it's closer. It's easy to get you, because it's not cold. They already get used to getting rid of criminals. So let's get homegrown criminals. Who's homegrown criminals? They don't have to say it. That's you. That's you. Sam, you ain't coming back. You're the homegrown criminals. You don't see that? I guess you don't. That's their plan. They said that's what they're planning. But listen to Farrakhan. He's one of them. But everything backfires. Because all they was projecting at us is coming back at them. So all that wisdom and everything they had, all of a sudden it backfires, is turned on them. Everything backfires. It tells you. Everything backfires. It is so clear. It tells you, a man will go after the lion and give it a line and run to the bear. It tells you everything will backfire on them. Because its reality is based on lies upside down. And then you have some people, the ones that call themselves Christians, that are really trying to do it. They're gonna be fighting. They'll be fighting the other ones. I told you, me, so you guys cursed. They want to join on with us during tribulation. They're fighting their own folks. Man, see, you caused America to be destroyed, man. And you was treating those black folks really bad, and you knew you shouldn't have been doing it. They was part of it. Everybody's to be accused. Everybody's to be pointing the finger. Well, Trump, they probably Gaddafi him. Everybody's going to be here. I told you, it'd be total chaos. The whole place going to turn up into smoke, into steam. Be no forum. Total confusion. Everybody's against everybody. That's what it says. Everybody be against everybody. Be no family ties. Chapter 13. Commentary. Now, I'm talking about building this ladder yesterday, and I know you don't understand. See, you have to. They say experience is the best teacher. Yes, but at least scars. And some of you, if you make it home, how you gonna make it? You gonna make home one leg? We're not gonna give you another leg. So if you got eyes you can't see, we'll make you see. Because ears you can't hear, we'll make you hear. We don't give you no ears. It tells you that. You don't get no eyes. You gotta have them. Some of you gonna end up, if you make it, that's where you're gonna make it. Come in crippled, in a wheelchair. You make it, that's how you're gonna make it. Because you didn't pay attention. You couldn't get it. Oh, it's hard. It's supposed to be hard. Because you move to the next level. Oh man, going to the second floor is hard. Okay, yeah, but the first floor about to be flooded. So you stay on the first floor, that's easy. Man, I can't climb these stairs, man, it's hard. Okay. So that's telling you how powerful the hereafter is going to be. Because that's the level of mind you have to be on to be there. That's the mind, that's the level you have to be. INJIL. That's the criteria. That's how much mental power you need to have. That's how much mental power you need to have So if I have tribulation, because it's all about the mind. When it's boiled down to, it's all about the mind. Okay? So the thing is, if you want to be grateful, you have to be grateful somebody built a ladder. Because before you can climb the stairs, somebody had to build the stairs. Think about that one. Oh man, well, somebody built those stairs. I gotta get a second floor. Somebody had to build the ark. Or you got to get in it. But you don't want that. You want somebody to come to your house, send Uber. Send Uber over there, get them. They go and pack your bags for you, pick you up, carry you into Uber, right? Take you out to the airport, pick you up, put you on the plane, put your seatbelt on, everything else. Okay, time to go home. You wait for that bullshit if you want to. Because if you ain't, and the thing is that I'm in mixed, because I have a conflict. And see, that's one of the problems here, because building a ladder is more powerful than actually have to climb the ladder, because I had to build and climb at the same time. All you got to do is just climb it. See? So, I had to break this. So, like I said, most of this stuff I've broken. Right? So, all you got to do is try to not repeat. You can't go in and say, look at it, oh, look, there's a nice ladder. You have to go in and climb the ladder. So, you have to be able to go in and figure those already broke the verses down. It's like, you know, you got a personal trainer and you lift, but he give you a hand to lift. Well, you know, you lifting, but you ain't doing all the lifting. He's 50 pounds, but he's helping you, so maybe really you only lift 30 pounds. Okay? But actually, the problem is you need to actually lift the whole thing without totally, and that's not happening because I already did most of the lifting for you. Because I go and I broke it down. I show you how. I'm giving you the math behind it and everything else. I had to figure all that stuff out myself. So you got a big leg up there. Because personally, from my point of view, you should figure all that stuff out. You should went in and figure all that stuff out yourself. In other words, I should just tell you, hey, I broke the seals. Now you got to go in there and don't tell you how I broke them and show it, even give you any examples. Then you got to come and show me what this mean, but it's already out there. It's already broken down. And you still can't get anywhere. Just repeat. Oh, you don't understand it. Just repeat what I say and you don't understand it. So how bad is that? Just repeat what I say, you don't even understand it after I already broke it down. I already built a ladder, all you got to do is climb it. And you know you can't climb it. I already broke the verses down. You can't go into it figure it out yourself. If you did that, then you'd be able to, there's a lot of them out there that you could figure out. Because repeating it, that's just echo. You can't get away with that one. You know, I got pictures of weights. Yeah, show me a picture you lifted one. No Photoshop. And that's the dilemma there, because actually the way it should be. But see, and that and I just say, okay, go out, don't show you any verse, anything, don't show you I've done anything. They go out and say, okay, tell me what that verse means, tell me what this book means, tell me what chapter. See, and I'm just telling you what these books mean. I'm giving you the math behind it. I said, okay, you need to study vectors. You need to study pressure. You don't even want to do that. What do you think the consequence is? Because that's where it is. So you're right. Okay, the right mind. What's the right mind? The mind that will stand the pressure of the time. I told you, death comes when the pressure is greater than you can handle, and the pressure becomes crushing. You put pressure on something, right? You put pressure on the egg, but at a certain pressure, the egg will crack. It can withstand pressure, but at some point, at a certain level of pressure, it can't. It's like water. I think water boils at 112 degrees, I believe. So 111 degrees, it won't be boiling. 111.1, it won't boil. 111.9, it has to be 12. 112, I think that's 112. That's the point where it boils. Yeah. So the point is that in you in a particular environment, reality, and you have pressure, and there's pressure, there's you. There's pressure, that reality, there's you. Now, if your structure is greater than the pressure, then you're going to grow. You're going to expand. You'll grow. If it's equal, right, you're okay. You survive. You're doing okay. But if it's less, you're oppressed. It's just simple math, brothers and sisters. You're oppressed because it's crushing you. If it's much less, it crushes you out of existence, death. And it's all about the mind, because this whole world come in, the quality of this world comes in, the mind. You got the quality and you got the quantity. Now the quantity, right, that's the degree of pressure. And the quality is the type of pressure. And the pressure is increasing as the universe contracts. So therefore, right, your structure has to be stronger. If you're an egg, if you're a pool, a billiard ball, right, or a steel ball, egg crushing still is, he ain't bothering you at all. Okay? And so how you do that? You have control how strong your mind is. Up to a point, like devils, they have a limit. They can't go but so far. And then, right now, they haven't got their limit because, remember, they did discipline, and their discipline is crashing. Okay? Their discipline, like I said, repent. They apply discipline, they will stand the pressure right now, and they will survive until the hereafter, but they will survive in an oppressed mode, but they will survive. Because they're lack of discipline, they're going to be crushed out of existence. Because we're not sending any prophets or anything anymore to teach them discipline anymore. That's over. I really just like talk math, brothers and sisters. That's what's happening here. And you, right? If you have to apply discipline, that's what tribulation's all about. You got to apply discipline. You got to reach Hajj. You have the energy, now you got the structure, but you got to apply energy. You got to, right? Keep that structure strong, because you allow them to weaken that structure. That's why I said the man was beating himself. So they got sisters out there, they're trying to beat like these wicked devils. They're weakening their structure with drugs and everything else. That's why they're going to be lost. Tribulations, you apply the 5 pillars, you maximize your structure, pressure doesn't bother you at all. Doesn't bother you at all. You're going to see the quality of it, but the quantity of pressure will not bother you at all. And the quality won't bother you because their vector force is turned to steam. So it's not focused. So you're going to walk through steam. Steam is going to be hot, but it's not focused. See, I try to explain these vectors. You have a vector force of 100. Say you had a wind blowing at 100, right? But say the wind is blowing 25 north, 25 south, 25 east, 25 west. You're not going anywhere. Just spin around circles. Because the force is going all kinds of ways, and that's what's about to happen in America. Because right now, the force is gradually being diffused. Right? The unity. When you got Hajj, always going in one direction. See the Great Army going in one direction, Hajj. All that force going in one direction. 1,000 miles an hour north. Bam! But they're going to be 1,000 miles, 500 miles, 250 miles east, 250 miles west. No. Nope. Power's broken because they're going in every direction. No unity. See? But it's still there. It's going to be hot. It just steams. Steam is hot. It's hotter than fire, but it doesn't burn you because it's diffused. But a flame would burn your ass. Focus. That's why a laser is more powerful than a flame. Why? Because the flame, like, it spreads out, but it has some kind of form to it. But laser, they take and focus it all in one, so therefore it burns through metal and everything else. That's what it is. It's take all that force, put in one. That's what laser does. Take all that light, put in one, focus on one beam. That's how powerful it becomes. The same light you see in the room right now, we see the same light. All you do is take that light and focus it in one beam. All of a sudden, you can burn through. But right now, you know, if the light's bright enough, right, like the sunlight, right, you start feeling the heat. But you get close enough, it's more focused out, burning you. But it's diffused. But that same light, if you focus it, becomes a laser and burns right through stuff. Oh, you understand that. So you're going to go, the tribulation will be hot, but it won't be focused. See? But you will be focused if you achieve Hajj. So they have force against you. They have all the devil, all that force will come against you. I don't know how to explain it to you. Right? You take one bullet, right? Okay, let me do it this way. If you know how bulletproof vest works, it turns force into pressure. I said pressure is just force spread out. I said if you take a broomstick that's made of solid steel, you stand upright, say it's worth 1,000 pounds, stand up around the floor, it's going to punch a hole to the floor because that floor cannot withstand 1,000 pounds in 1 square inch. One little, it's too much. That floor is not tested to withstand that kind of force in like 1 little square inch where you got to put. But if you lay it down, then you got to spread out. So now it's not 1 inch, it's spread out across a whole bunch of square inches. So each square inch now maybe handles 10 pounds of pressure, 10 pounds of force. See? So if you spread over like 100 square inches, each inch only has to stand to 10 pounds. So that's not working with handle. You can handle that, but it can't handle 1,000 in one spot. So all the pressure, these devils, right, it's going to be at you. But the point is diffused, so spread all over the place. Because they could get an army and come at you, they will be devastated. Right? But say that one attack you today, one attack you tomorrow. Like I said, it's like somebody punch you. That's a consequence. You punch somebody, right? One punch, Hulk punch, right? 1,000 pounds of force. Boom, you crush them. What if you hit them with 10 pounds every day for 100 days? You might break a bone or something, but they're going to, you know what I'm saying? Because it's spread out. That's what a bulletproof vest works. When it hits, it takes and spreads the force out. So therefore, you wear bulletproof, you still, if they hit you with a powerful enough bullet, it still knock you down. But it won't penetrate because now it turns force into pressure. And that's what Master Muhammad is getting ready to do. He's going to turn force into pressure. Because he's going to turn, once he takes his routes down, their unity falls apart. Economy, everything falls apart. So now the pressure's still here. It's just diffused. So it turns it into steam. So now you got no unity. So now you're going to go to the flames. Right? But it's all. But now he's here to turn there, and then Suleiman's here to turn your force, your pressure into force. See? That's a stage 2. That's one is to take and turn theirs force into pressure, and Suleiman's here to turn your pressure, because right now you're the pressure. You're going all over the place. We're not unified, so we're not a force to be reckoned with. Every time they get mad, they have a little protest, a little riots out there. Oh man, you see how much damage the black folks with that little bit of unity. What the whole nation unifies. And that's what the angel mind. Right? That's why it says Suleiman, what he does. He prophesies the wind to bring you together as a exceedingly great army. So to focus. So now you're powerful because now you're harsh. You got your mind and you got one common mind. And that's what those powers supposed to do. They're supposed to, if they can't do it themselves, how are they going to get you to do it? See what I'm saying? So Suleiman. But anyway, that gives you. So now you got their pressures, their force in the form of pressure spread out, and yours pressure is in the form of force. No match. Nothing they can do to you, and you can destroy them. You're destructive, and they. It's just simple as that, brothers and sisters. 2 stages. You're going to turn their force. Right now they got the force, got the most powerful military and all that stuff, right? Going to break all that and going to turn it into pressure. No cohesion, no unity, everything. So now all that force is turned into pressure. So it's there, it's hot. Turn the flames into steam. So you go to a steam room. Instead of you out the furnace, you're in the steam room. You know what I'm saying? It's hotter, but now the steam, the flames will burn you. Steam is hot, got you sweating. See? But it's not burning you unless steam gets concentrated. You understand the point? So now you're going to a steam room. And now you focus. And this the master of that of being focused and how the geometry of that's another story. I talked about another in the past, not going to it now. It's just deeper mathematics. The point is, that's what's going. That's about to happen, brothers. That's the math of what's about to happen here. That's the math, the simple math of it. Now, what if you're not part of that? Is not part of unity. Think about it. Okay, here you are. Put it this way. You have what? 1 pound of force. All of us have 1 pound of force, right? So it says 1,000 of us. All of us have a pound of force. So you got a force of 1,000 pounds. One direction. Wow. Right? But they got 1,000 pounds too. But theirs is not focused. So they got 1 pound. So every time you confront them, you're only dealing with one. So that 1,000 pounds is only dealing with 1 pound. 1,000 pounds. Every time I deal with them, because they're not unified. So they have no power over you. They're like a little mosquito. Boom. Because that 1,000 against, every time they come against you a pound, because they're not unified. If they're unified, then you have 1,000 pounds against 1,000 pounds. But now you got 1,000 pounds against one, because now you're going to do one at a time. You understand? But what if you ain't part of that? What if you ain't part of that Hajj? Part of you, then you're just 1 pound too. So now they don't kill you, because now you run to them, you run to one, you run to you both. You got a fist fight or whatever, because you're not part of that 1,000 pound force. You ain't part of it. You out there by yourself. So you're a pound against a pound. How you think that's going to work out? You're pound against a pound. But if you're part of that, then you're part of a 10,000 pound force that each one pound got to deal with. They got to deal with you as an army, not as an individual. Think about that. They deal with you as an army, not as an individual. They do individuals and they on the same level as you, maybe better or whatever. I can't make any sense of that, brothers and sisters. Right mind. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. And this is how they dealing with, how they dealing with you. Truly, without you seeing it. I see it right there. Everything Trump's saying, he's building up to get rid of you. Tell him build 15 more prisons. 15 more prisons in El Salvador? How many people put in prison? What, 10,000 people in prison? So they put 1,000 people in prison. He said 15. That's 15,000 people. They put like 1,000 people in prison. They're like about 10,000. So say to 10,000. He's talking about 15 more. I think he said 15 more prison he told me to do. So say that's 10,000. That's 150,000 people. Homegrown. Shit, how many people we got in the prison? How many black folks in the prison? No more. God, they ain't around no way in prison. They was criminals. They deserve to be in here. Somehow jobs, so we got to pay for them no more. Get rid of them. They're criminals. Who's gonna argue with that one? The devils ain't gonna argue with it. They're on board with it. And then what, you gonna jump up and say, hey man, you can't be doing that. People gonna start rioting. And now you're a criminal. You're a criminal. You see, they arrest you because you ride, you tear stuff, and you're a criminal. Now your ass is down there too. And this is very simple stuff, brothers and sisters. That's what he's talking. But see, one of the things is that your advantage you should have, they think you're stupid. And so therefore they talk to you in a way, they think you don't know what they're talking about. I know what they're talking about. Like you talking to a dog. I'm going to put your ass down. I'm going to take you to the vet, and we're going to put you to sleep. The dog is wagging his tail and flapping his ears. Because they don't know what the hell you're talking about. They don't know you're talking about destroying them. And they talking over your head. Because you in the NFL and NBA and all that kind of stuff. Check my sound one time. Let's go up, brothers and sisters. Uh-oh. You see, they arrest you because you ride any chance that you could. Hope you understand, brothers. Say they're playing against you. It says they're playing against you. Let's get rid of it. It's a name no more remembered. They make shrewd, see, come let's wipe out. He plays it louder. Let me make that get on to. See? They make shrewd plans against your people. Conspire together against your treasure one. They have said, come, let us wipe them out as a nation. The name of Israel will no longer be remembered. They want to get rid of you. They conspired together one mind. One mind. And your brother Ishmael, they were on board with it. You'll see. But Master Ramam is getting ready to make a move. Right? Diffuse their force. Diffuse the power. That's when you're breaking their power. When you break the power, that means you break it up. See? When you break water up into steam, you're breaking the water up. You're breaking the power of the water up. Now steam, it still has much force. It just don't have it, right? I mean, it still has how should I say that? Okay, when it had form, when it was water, but now it don't have form. So the forces did just spread out. So now it's form of pressure. And that's what he's about to do. See? That's your enemy. That's the vector that's holding us down. Going to turn it from force into pressure. But it's going to turn your pressure that you're in right now, because they got you divided. You're in the form of pressure. Our people, they said we're like fish in an ocean, right? Everybody's going their own way. So we're in the form of pressure right now. We're not in the form of force. Everybody doing their own thing. So we all got, each one of us have a force, but it's not united, not working together. So once we come together, then all that pressure turns into force. But the opposite gonna happen to them. All that force, the military, all that stuff gonna turn into pressure. So now you're gonna walk through here, all that force, king and queens, guys and goddesses, but it's gonna be hot because they're gonna turn the steam. It's gonna be hot as hell here. But they're gonna be full pressure, and you're gonna be force. Right now it's the opposite. Right now they're force and you're pressure. See? Because they're unified, but their unity is breaking up. Mass Prophet is gonna put foul nail to it. When they go to war with Iran, this powers will be broken, be turned to steam. That's why I said they'd be desolate. And the war between them and Russia will finish it off. They'd be total steam. And when it has no form, that means the outside atmosphere closes in on them. Who's out in the outside atmosphere? Orientals. Very simple math, bro. So I'm talking math to you. Right? And why I'm talking math, because that's what INJIL is. I'm telling you what INJIL says in a math way. That's why I really want to talk. Okay? But here, this is all about quality. Because see, you're aggravating Suleiman. Quality, not quantity, quality. Because you're controlling the quality of his energy. So now he got to argue with you, he got to push more bill, he got to deal with all these ignorant people, right? All this stuff, he got to deal with that. That's the anger. Because once we're here, we got to deal with those vectors. So his vectors change the way, you go on this path, all of a sudden, man, you drive down there, nice sunny day, you drive down there, man, you head towards, the beach or something, all of a sudden, a heavy wind comes in the other direction, now blow you off the roads. Damn. Okay? Get angry. It's a nice day. Okay? That's why I said make his path straight. That's why Elijah made his path straight. See? He prepared the way for him. But then the robber of our nation, Farrakhan, he's a devil vector. He came in and now he's destroyed the way. And so now Suleiman had to deal with all this ignorance and stuff. Because he should have came in, and Islam should have been ready, set, everything set up. They take care of stuff, doing work. He came in, boom. Here's your mind, unified. At that time, they had all the blacks' attention in the world. Even they might not have been with the nation, but attention was there. They was aware of it. They were sympathizing with it. And Farrakhan came and destroy all that because he's no opposing vector. And so he turned, when Elijah Muhammad could create a force into pressure. Everybody going their own way, so there's no force over there anymore. That's why it says he made a laughing stock. He made it meaningless. That's what he's trying to tell you. That's what he did. They were a force to be reckoned with. Unified. He broke it all up. Plus he took your direction away. He changed your direction. Remember, force has direction, right? And so you're not going nowhere. See the math of it? And so then someone has to go in, and now he's got to deal with all this pressure. And then you got to change your direction too. Because you're going the wrong direction, and then everybody's going the wrong direction because they're not connected, because they're pressure. There's no unity, and then you're going the wrong direction. And the reason why you're getting this help, because you're not doing it on your own, because we know it's not your fault, it's their fault. We got to get rid of them. And then you go in the right direction again, and you become a force. You become unified, become a force. And then you go in the right direction home. That's what someone has to do. But the force that's causing us to be disunified, it causes us to go in the wrong direction. That's why I'm going to turn that force to pressure every direction. So It's not affected. All of a sudden, boom, you come then. That force not keeping you divided anymore. Remember, the demons, they're part of it. Now all of a sudden you come together. And we come together. Right? You got the right mind. Now what you do, you come together, unified force, and you're heading home. It's beautiful, beautiful mathematics, brothers and sisters. It's just mathematics. I just showed you it's mathematics. You get two things. You get unity and you get direction. But you don't have now because you got a force that's causing you to be disunited, turning your and got going in the wrong direction. And who's responsible for that? Who's the main point on this Farrakhan? That exposes everybody. That right there. See how clear it is? That's just mathematics. I just reduce everything we saw in basic mathematics, simple mathematics. And most of you don't want to take time to study it because you see it right away. These beautiful sisters were. And where we at? Yeah. Let me get on to my main topic. She's everything. She's got it all. Everything is real. She come fully loaded. Ride the box. Ride the box, fully loaded. Had they had anything? Nothing. This, it comes out all stripped down. Nothing. Oh man, I'm gonna add this. Add some butt. Right? See? Add some lips, lipstick. Add some color, rouge. Put some body in the hair. Add bustle, right? What they do? What they call it? What they call it? What's the word they use? Augment. Put some fat in, whatever they do to, right? Breast implants. They got butt implants too. I got to add all this stuff. You ain't got to add nothing. Nothing. Come out the box totally loaded. And she's ours, and we're hers. See? Free gift. This one here, right? This she want to be yours. Come on, look at me. See, I got real tight pants on. See, that's why they wear them. So, see, make sure you see they got an ass there. I say I got an ass now. Low bra, so they can see I got some breasts. See, I got some hair. Look, I put this cream on. I put my hair. See, I can see my hair got some body. I got lips. See. How you do it? Pants so tight, so to make their butt look bigger. She don't need to do any of that. Just make her butt look even bigger than what it is already. You don't need it. She got everything to look at her. Okay. See how she look at you? Look at me, I got it. Oh, yeah, look at her. See, look at me. Come on over here. Don't look at her, look at me. See, I got blonde hair. Look at me. Brother and sister, remember, this is the most precious thing on the planet. She's the most precious thing in the universe. When they say she's our heaven, that means she's the most precious because heaven is the most. That's the greatest. Your greatest objective is heaven. That means she's the most precious thing in the universe. So she ain't got to be one of your advertisers. And you got a Lamborghini, you're going to throw a Lamborghini around me as a Volkswagen Beetle? What, out of your goddamn mind? Maybe you're a Volkswagen Beetle. Look at her. Look at the expression on her face. Well, hey, you got a problem with this? Oh boy, these sisters, I love them. They don't like me too much, but I love them. Right? But they will eventually. See, there's some prophecies about that. I'm not going to go into it. Oh boy. Come on, brothers and sisters. Okay, let's get into okay, we're going to chapter 13, brothers and sisters. And chapter 13 is very interesting and very complicated. Now see, I know you don't understand this, and nobody ever made a connection. Like I said, no one's out there teaching the Bible. No one's out there teaching. They talk around it. They talk all the bullshit. They don't know. They're guessing. Elijah Muhammad didn't know the Bible either. He talked from the sealed Bible. He's called the poison book. I ain't taking anything away from him. He didn't know. He thought but anyway, right? But he got the spirit. He had the spirit of it correct. He just didn't. He didn't break the angel. If he had, but what if he'd have broken the angel and then y'all still did what y'all did? Then y'all be lost. That's one thing that still bugs me, man. How in the hell y'all turning against Elijah like that? I mean, I was right there, I witnessed it. I can't play because going to commit homicide. Because I mean, the stuff they were saying about the message the day afterwards. He my brother-in-law, man. I said, come on. He was a minister in Indiana. Anyway, let's move on, brothers and sisters. Okay, it says, I saw the wild beast stepping up, having horns 10, heads 7. It's right here. Right here's the heads, 7 heads. His horns 10. Right? And upon the heads of the names of blasphemy. Now, what are they talking about here? I explained a little more earlier. But when you go in, the 7 heads, talking about the 7 churches. And each church, right, has the butt is saying, that's the blasphemy. That's what we're talking about, the butt. The butt. See? Some script, you have to get a transliteral, because some script, they want to, and it's actually the B-U-T, but they can't, see, because they're bad understanding the Bible, and they think that's Jesus talking, they can't spell it like it's supposed to. They say, oh, just B-U-T. No, it's B-U-T-T. It's B-U-T-T. He said, that can't be talking about calling himself the butt. Because what is B-U-T? I'm the butt. B-U-T. What would that mean? B-U-T. I'm the butt. What does that mean? I'm the butt. I'm the butt sound. What does that mean? See, but they can't bring this up and say, well, Jesus is the butt. B-U-T-T. No, they say, and some of them don't even put the butt off. They say something else altogether. But it's the butt. If you understand your key, you know it's the butt. Because that's not Jesus talking there. Okay, let's move on, brothers and sisters. That's the names of blasphemy talking about. Okay, now see, now Daniel has 12 chapters to it. And see, both of these books have to work together. That's why, even if you got to the end, you still have to understand, break down Daniel. Both of them are sealed books. And some of you can't break down unless you some of these things you can't break down unless you understand it's connected to Daniel. And Daniel has 12 chapters, still have a 13. But it doesn't have a 13 because the 13th chapter of the INJIL is the 13th chapter of Daniel. Because that's the only chapter that they have the same figures that they have in Daniel. I know you understand that. And I remember that I explained to you more in detail. But if you go in there, in chapter 13, they have the same beast that you only find one place, you only find one time in the INJIL. Chapter 13. That's the bear, the leopard. The only place you find that is in chapter 13 INJIL, and those are beasts that's only in Daniel. But it's 13, so that's 13th chapter of Daniel. It's the 13th chapter of the INJIL. You have some thoughts on that. I'm not going to it now, right? I've mentioned a little bit before, but there's much more to it, right? Okay. It says here, it says, and the wild beast that I saw was like a leopard. That's a Daniel figure. And feet of it like a bear. That's a Daniel figure. Because the bear and the leopard is only mentioned in chapter 13. There's no place else in the INJIL. And mouth is mouth of a lion. Now, what they're getting at is this mouth of a lion. See, because to find out who this, see, in here, the identity of the mouth is very. See, there's a couple of people here, like Obama, right? His identity is really locked down to hide who he is. Also, same thing as Legion, the mouth, and there's a reason for that. So the point is, you wouldn't be able to figure it out unless you know, because Daniel talks about him in more detail. It says what he would do, this mouth. Okay, so if you go in the angel key right here, see right here, I show right there, right where the bear is. The angel, the lion, and the angel, in Daniel, the bear, the African nation represents the bear. But in the angel, African nation represents the lion. See? So when they say, I saw a leopard. Now, leopard is brown with yellow and brown spots. That represents, right, what did India and China, right? See? Okay. But the bear has and the feet of it as a bear. Bear got 4 feet. Okay, so that's it. So it's telling you that's the African name. But at what time? When they're in their configuration, when the 5th trumpet and 6th trumpet is already fallen, at the next configuration right there, right? And then it says, and when you look at the lion and the angel, who's in the lion's mouth? Farrakhan. Who's in the lion's mouth? Farrakhan is. Because remember, that's a mouth there. That demon is a mouth. He'd be the mouth of the lion. That's what see? That was very difficult to pull that one out. See, because they talk about the mouth again. So, but first you have to define it. And the only way you could figure it out like this here, right? You had to go and, because they give you this piece right here, right? The angel structure right, and the timing. And so they do it like that. So you would, because that's part of the confusion, because in Daniel you have a lion too, but the lion is us. See? So to keep things confused, so Lord, like I said, it's you have to, because you have to lift these weights. Every time you lift one, you build a muscle, a certain muscle, depending on what weight you're lifting. And so every time you lift one of these things, then your brain has all different kinds of features and functions. And so the angel is comprehensive. Once you get the angel, then you get a full body workout, mental workout, full. So all the brain functions. Strong. Okay. Because if you go to the gym, it's like just do one thing, then yeah, you might have big arms, but you got small legs, small breasts, and everything else, right? But no, you get a full. So this works, but one particular area of brain. You got to connect Daniel, and here's where they connect Daniel, because right, one, the bear represents. That's another way to do it. See, that's very subtle. That's how you know. Because remember, chapter 13 connects angel and Daniel together. So you know that if you're going to talk about both of them, then you would know that this lion can be the Daniel lion, because they're telling you who this is from the angel's perspective and from the Daniel perspective. So you know that lion had to be a lion from the angel, not from Daniel, because you already got the bear representing Africa. So the lion would have to represent, right? I mean, he represents Africa in Daniel, who represents African angel. See, the lion. So that once you understand that, then you know the lion's mouth. It's Farrakhan. I don't know if you got that now, brother. I talk too fast. Let's look at this. And gave the dragon, right? And what it's talking about here is, Make sure. Oops. You're talking about, right? It's talking about this one that's slaughtered to death. Well, here they're talking about the wild beast. This is how you know who's like the wild beast, who's making war with it. They're talking about this one, America. How you know? Because it says, I gave dragon power and authority great, and one out of the heads of it having been slaughtered into death. Blood of death was cured. Now, if you understand, this is talking about this World War II situation where death represents one Oriental nations, which America was attacked by Japan, but it was healed. It came, right? It made it wonder, the whole earth behind the wild beast. They gave worship to the dragon because it gave authority to the wild beast, and gave worship to the wild beast, saying, "Who is like the wild beast? We war with it." See, here we go right here. This goes to the next. I'm putting this here to show you a connection. Okay, that's what I wanted to point out. See, in Daniel, you got to be very careful. You can't make assumptions, Daniel, because these pronouns, you assume they're talking about the one that's mentioned. No, you have to figure who that pronoun is talking about. Because this is the next thing. It says, who like the wild beast should make war? And they said it was given it mouth. Given it. Who are we talking about? The wild beast? It was given to it. Who's the it? That's another verse. Who is the it they're talking about? Given it mouth, speaking great blasphemies. See? But we know, right? If you're giving it mouth, speaking great blasphemies. Well, who had the mouth? Right? It wasn't this wild beast. The lion had the wild mouth. See? Because right now you say, oh, well, it's given to it. Wait, we're talking about America. America don't have a mouth. Gotta be careful with these things. So giving it a mouth, that means it's talking about, right? The lion that had the mouth. That means Farrakhan. So he's the mouth. See? And mouth speaking great blasphemies. See, Farrakhan speaking great blasphemies. Lion. Oh, originating all this is blasphemies. Put it on. Oh, this net should be here. How did I get to here? Hold on, bro. That's messing. How did I get there? Okay, let me straighten this out real quick. Oh boy. Oh no. How did I got there? Okay. How did I got there? Yeah. And open the mouth of it to blasphemy toward the God, towards the blessed name of him, and tent of him in heaven. See? Because if first it was against Muhammad, then Muhammad, you can't pray to him because he's flesh and turn originator and he makes you in the womb and it's all bullshit. That's my Farrakhan here. And it was given to make war with the holy and to conquer them. This is complicated, but it has two contexts here, right? Give it to I missed something here. Oh, and open the mouth of it. Okay, he is referring to this one. Remember, this is a mouth also. That's under Farrakhan's, right? And there's blasphemies down here. I'm going to leave it there for right now. Okay. and let's see where it was. Open up the mouth of it to blasphemy. Oh, for 42 months, 42 years, he had the power to do that, right? Let's move on, brothers and sisters. And it says, worship all dwelling upon the earth. See, these are demons. They don't want to dwell upon the earth. They're going to be worshiping Farrakhan. See? Who, except the ones who's in the Lamb's Book of Life, the elect in the Lamb's Book of Life, and why they won't be worshiping him. See, you worship him, dwell upon the earth, will never written their names names in the little book of life. Their names as demons not in the Lamb's Book of Life, they're not Abraham's seed. See? And if okay, you can stay at your own leisure, brothers and sisters. Here's endurance of the okay. Here, endurance, faith of the holy. I saw other wild beast stepping out of earth. It was having horns too like a lamb and was speaking like a dragon. Now I spoke this long before, and I'm explaining. Remember, if you understand the ark, this is two horns of a lamb. It's speaking as a dragon. Right? This is the mouth. It's talking about this other beast. So it brings everybody home together. So now you got this one, you got the dragon, you got the woman. Did we get the woman here? I think we did. Anyway. So now it's talking the whole key. And then we get to hear, this is chapter 13. Okay, the woman was in chapter 12. Okay. Get myself a little mixed up here. Okay, see here? And authority, the first beast, always doing a side of it as making earth and the dwelling, or worship the wild beast the first, which was crude. Remember, this was the one that was death. I told you this one. This is 666 here. These are 3. Right? This one was to my World War, to my around 1940s, World War II. Right? America was hit. Right? All this about to happen because that's in the 40s, and all this happened. They got hit. What was Japan? Right? But they survived it. Came in power. But this one lost power. He was ruled by a sword. Sword represented India. They lost. That's when British lost their world empire. British lost world empire. They gained world empire. And then the 40s was when they established false Israel. That's the period of time here. So let's look at it. And first was cure of the blood. So the cure of the blow of the death of it. That was this one, right? And it's doing great sign, or that fire it may bring out of heaven, stepping down to earth, sight of men. I've talked about that in the past, but I'm not going to go into a lot of detail here. It was making earth dwelling upon the earth. Remember, it said Gog and Magog would do that. To the sign that was given to the side of the wild beast. So that's Gog, this is Magog. Saying, dwell upon earth, make an image to the wild beast who is having the blue. So it says, make an image to this beast. This one was wounded by the sword. Make an image to it. They try to tell you, oh, this is the AI age. Oh, let's do this again. Oh, okay. I guess okay. Hold on, brothers and sisters. They're doing a little something here. So a little bit. Just a wee bit. Okay. They say, oh, it's going to be some AI image that people worshiping 666. No. It says they will make an image to this, and that's false Israel, because if you go and look at this, you can't make this up, brothers and sisters. They made their government. The government is an image of this one. It's an exact duplicate of this one. They did not choose America's president, Congress. They didn't know. They chose it. They chose the British, the Magog model. Knesset, right? Prime Minister and everything else. That's what it says. So it says make an image to this. That's what they did. In the 1940s, they made an image to this. Image to the make an image to the wild beast was having the blow of the sword. See? This right here. It wasn't healed of it. It lived, but it wasn't healed of it. So that's where it lost empire. This last empire was controlling India. They lost control of India in the 40s. It was given spirit to image of the wild beast, or they also speak the image of the wild beast. It would speak, remember? The demon under it, okay. Or they should speak the image of the wild beast, and it might make it order that many every night might give worship to the image of the wild beast to be killed. In other words, this one will kill anybody that doesn't accept false Israel's right to exist. That's basically what it's saying right here. So they attack anybody that mess with false Israel. And it was given to give her spirit to the image of the wild beast. So right. So he gives all kinds of material wealth, political cover. It gives money and everything else. That's what it gives. It gives all that to false Israel. And so they want everybody to worship. In other words, you got to bow down to false Israel, right, and accept their right to exist. And the power it had it says, and in order that they should anyone, in other words, you won't be able to buy or sell. This had the power of sanctions. That's what it says right here. Okay? And it's making all small and great, rich, poor, good. In order that not anyone be able to buy or sell if not having the image engraved. Or so if you didn't go along with false Israel, they put sanctions on you. But it's telling you they had the power. Who's doing all the sanctions in the world? Who's doing all that stuff? That's America. This is very simple, 666. They make it all complicated because to tell it like it is, they'd be exposing themselves. 666 is America, false Israel, and Britain. 666. And this one will have power of sanctions, but also have power to cover this one, right? Protect this and everything else, while this is the image of this one. Can't make that up, balance of this. Okay? That's the first one, right? That's the first one. Then the second one. That's the image. And that's the one wanted by the sword. And here's 666. Having wisdom, how you calculate 666? Well, you have to understand your key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Now remember, this one had the face. Remember? The other beast, one beast had the face of a man. This one, he had the face of a man. One was like a lion, one was like a cow, one was like Eve, but one here was like a face of a man. And that's what it's talking about here. And the number of the wild beasts, and for the number, is a man. So you count here, there's a face of a man, there's a man there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So they connect this with America. I'm not going into detail on that, brothers and sisters. That's what we're talking about there. And then the whole thing comes together here. This is the one that had 2 heads, 2 horns like a lamb and spoke like a dragon. Then they had the one that was 10 horns and the crowns. Now why is it the crowns opposed to horns? Great, telling you, this is the point of time when this will be happening. Oh, what's happening right here is this happens once the war starts and America and the Shia are successful. They kicked America and Britain, right? They defeat them. They haven't kicked them out of the Middle East yet. It's right at that point, right, when their power is broken, right, that the power shifts, because at first the crowns were here. Now authority shifts here. So it tells you that would happen once they're defeated in the Middle East. But they haven't thrown out yet, just defeated. Very close, right? At that time, Farrakhan will still be, he's about to be cast down. He's still on the throne. See? This is what Suleiman will come here. I didn't show that there. I should have got to show it here. He will come here. But you see the point here? They're telling you that at the point that they would rise up when they see America defeated, America, false Israel, everything defeated. Because remember, when false, this is going to shock waves around the world. Because now, false Israel surrounded by armies, they're going down. They're going to send shock waves around the world, which is going to empower China and India. They're going to rise up. I tell you, it's going to cause shock waves. When I say shock waves, it means it's going to cause change all over the planet. So it says at that point, that's when they, because they lost power. Europe lost power. Once kicked out, they lost their power is broken. That's what it's telling you. Their power is broken. That said, their men's feeling for fear because the powers haven't been shaken. Their power has just been broken. Remember, I kept call it great shaking. Well, you call this a great shaking too, because they get right. And then great shaking. Then came after great shaking. Then came the figs. But shaking came first. This is shaking. So when shaking came, right, their power is broken. I'm trying to connect dots here, brothers. So now they become the powerhouse because Europe power is broken. So now shift to China, India, right? And at that point, Africa's working up, but right, he's still sitting on his throne. Farrakhan's still there. He ain't dead yet. You understand? That's what's happening. So the reason I got this here because this is when he comes. He breaks the cross. Their power is broken, and that's becoming NOI. That's why it's there. So hope you understand, brothers and sisters. We put the whole piece together, but it shows the timing. The timing. When he comes to NOI, their power is broken at that point, right? False tribal armies, but they haven't been attacked yet. It's a short period of time. They haven't attacked yet. They're about to do it because false Israel's in trouble. So now they see, and we're about to rise. Right? But European power, they see their power. That's why their hearts feel for fear because they see their power is broken. And now they see two things happen. They all see false Israel going down. I'll begin to rise, and also China, India standing up. Okay, so you can study at your own leisure, brothers and sisters. And you go in the realm. See, that's talking about the power shift, right? So now the goat becomes powerful. And you can't go wrong with that either. Because it said the goat would come from the west. If he's not touching land, that means he had to come over the Pacific Ocean. So if he don't touch land, it means he had to come in and engage America. I mean, that's basic math, basic geometry. It says if he don't touch land, that means it had to be a coastal country, which would be China. China would have to go across any country because the coast is the Pacific Ocean. Same thing in India. So that means they come across. So the only place they could come hit, because it'd be America. America's the ram, two horns. Gog and Magog, two horns. See? And it says that Africa be with them. You can't miss this, brothers and sisters, but nobody's teaching this. They don't know it, but if they did know it, they wouldn't teach it anyway. Okay, we'll leave it there, brothers, so that's it. You're going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. Hope you understand. That's it. 13 is very, like I said, you have to connect it with Daniel. Those two work together. So even if you know how somebody did INJIL, you don't know Daniel, you still couldn't get that one. It identifies who the mouth is, what he be doing. I show you from the vector what his job, what he's doing. I try to explain to you in a mathematical term. Because you understand the mathematics is very simple. Very simple what's happening here. It's not complex, not complicated. It's very simple. Promise when they ain't got direction. Our people right now, right? They all of a sudden, one force coming together. Everybody's on the same page. Turn from pressure into force. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters.